Come on, let's go. Okay, so there's no sound. Why is there no sound? Why is there no sound?
I'm an earthworm woman. In the mornings, I fill my tanks by breathing the energy of the sea and tasting the power of the sun penetrating my skin. There's an air of no care, which comes with age, and I hold my head up proudly, liking who I've become. I'm not afraid of smells, or dirt, or to walk barefoot across the stones. Sometimes I wade through the shallow water just to embrace its fluid element, my hair often crazy and loose, being pulled by and flying in the wind. I can be glamorous if I want to, although makeup was never my thing. And I've learnt that life is for living, not fearing. And so I absorb it like a sponge.
Now I can hear the thing now. Okay. Come through. Go back to your now you're on live with me on the phone. Just 2 secs, everyone. Just go back to your phone then if you can't. Otherwise, I'll just quickly make sure I didn't see if I sent that. Yeah, no, it should come through. Oh, no. It's sign me out of everything. Go back to your phone. You'll be fine. See you soon. Come in on your phone. Okay. Little technical problem. It was actually my cord. And now I've just sent a link to my guest, Sue, and she didn't get it because Gmail just, I don't need to talk to that. Gmail decided to sign me out of everything. So little technical issues there. So good morning. And nothing will faze us. Nothing. I mean, it did faze me, but hey, I'm still going to do this in a calm manner. My guest will come on shortly. She has thank you. She has, what is she doing? She's gone back to her phone. I told her to go to her laptop because it was a problem. But anyway, so today I'm going to be talking to someone who wants to talk about how they healed themselves. Now, I have to say before everything, of course, we're not doctors. We're not giving out medical information. We're not giving out medical advice. This is just one person's experience, what they've done. And I think, we know that they're trying to shut down. We're trying to be led in one direction. And anybody that has a story where they've actually helped heal themselves or thought differently or done something differently, why shouldn't they talk about that and share that information? So she'll be here in a minute. Hi, Jan, as soon as she can get back into her phone, which hopefully is soon. Now, meanwhile, I might just talk about Maroon and where I am there, because I've been feeling very, I don't know, like am I slightly insane doing what I'm doing? But well, I'm already probably am slightly insane, but I'm still going, and I had an idea around. Oh, she's coming in, but her devices aren't connected. I had an idea around gyms. That's right. So gyms, because even if they aren't suitable for the location to film Marooned in, and really I just need something that looks like people are trapped in it. I'm just going to tell her she's not. Device is not connected. Gyms are a really interesting option for people to come on board as potential sponsors, I think, because obviously connected. Sorry, I'm one of those people that can't. I have to say what I'm saying. to a text. Gyms are all about mental health, can be about mental health with fitness, going and actually running or releasing endorphins and dopamines, or whatever the right terms are. When you go to a gym or when you go do exercise, generally you feel better afterwards. So I think specifically for people who are experiencing low mental health or experiencing that they feel trapped or whatever, they're on the edge. I feel like I say that word suicide too much, but that's the reality, is that's what it is. But going into a gym, please, I hope she can come soon, because I actually have to go and see this gym directly after this podcast today. She will be here. So I'll just say that, going into a gym, you go and you release the good chemicals which make you feel good, or going and doing exercise does that. Now, my guest, when she comes, Sue, and if she doesn't, I'll see her another time. I'll do it like an extra one. She's a friend of, Denise got in touch with me. Denise is Denise Powell, who has hemp flower products. And I think these are one of the products that Sue has used or is using. And because I wanted Denise to come on, and she will, because she's doing something on her own. She's set this whole shop up, this whole business, and she's, selling a product or lots of different products that not some people might go, oh, you can't really trust that, but her stuff is fabulous. You can tell it's good quality. I use some of her stuff, but I hate it when I have to do this talking to myself. Have I got any questions? I'm probably going to be talking or going down to Traralgon, or this is another thing. Sorry, going back to Marooned. I'm going to do a fundraiser. I'm going to get the guys in it we'll do a performance as a fundraiser, because I'm talking about it and I'm showing new people and everything. And I think I need to show it by the piece again. So anybody that hasn't seen it, who's in Melbourne, will get to come and see it. And that will be a fundraiser for the film. Is that a good idea? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, please. Please come on, Sue. Are you okay? So yeah, I'm going to do that. And I spoke to a man the other day who has a friend whose son they actually brought him back from the edge, and they use CBD oil and they use lots of different things. But he'd been to Afghanistan, and 16 of his friends, but also people who'd been with him, 16 of them took their own lives, and he was going to too, because obviously PTSD. But the guy who I should really have on here as well, that's what I'll do. I'll do a live thing with him. He was talking about how all the things they give them, all the drugs and all the things when they come back, and also beforehand, to kind of numb the pain or to numb any effects that they've had. And obviously you can't do that. It's deep in you. If you've had that sort of experience in a war, it's not just going to be something that you're going to forget the next day. It's a massive thing. And look at the world now. They're talking potentially that God, she's texting something to me. If we don't get this today, and I really don't want to just blabber on about what I'm doing, but maybe I'll do it a bit later today with her. Because I really want to hear her story. I just don't know why it wasn't working earlier. There's 4 people here, and I'm just talking about nothing. I'm just going to get her on the phone. It might be easier. You can hear her. Oh, she's not answering.
Sorry, I've knocked you up, Hannah.
Oh, you don't have the StreamYard on your phone now?
Sorry?
Can you not go back on your phone?
Oh,
It's too difficult.
it's telling me
No.
to download the app. You know, I haven't got StreamYard on my phone.
Oh, so even when you couldn't, but you were in before.
Yeah, I was in before. That's weird, isn't it?
It's not working again.
I'll try again.
Do try again, because I'm sure it will work, but make sure we'll get off here. Okay. All right. So hopefully, let's just give it a few more minutes. What else can I talk about? It's my fault. So yeah. Anybody, Jan, how are you? Let's talk about, you know, so far I've had some people give to the fundraiser, which is really, really, really generous. And I've got the two. I'm just doing the Australian Cultural Fund now because it's way more ethical, as in 100% goes to me or goes to what I'm doing. And anything over $2, if you do taxes, is tax deductible. Yeah, sorry. Good, Diane, because there's not much going on. I believe you just bought a house. I'm waiting for Sue, and she's going to only have 45 minutes to talk about her story, which is a real shame because, yeah, she was telling me, Sue is someone, she lives up in Brisbane. She's a reiki healer, and I do want her to tell her story, but what she had was complete trust, and this is way back in 2017. She had complete trust in herself and her body, which is something we talk about a lot here. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and if she can't come in, what I might have to do is there anybody here who'd like to come on? I can actually share the link. If anybody wants to talk about anything they've done self-healing wise while we wait. Yeah, yes, it is. And combine that with what I've got. She's here. She's here. Okay, she's slowly coming in, and there she is. Thank you. Can you hear me? You're on live. You can hear, Sue? Come on. Can you hear me? Okay, I'll put your ears on. Oh, Julie.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Fantastic. You're on now. You're live. Okay. You got 45 minutes.
Oh.
No.
No worries.
I was talking about you. What I was just starting to say then, and great, thank you. What I was just starting to say was you back in 2017 told me that you had complete trust in yourself. I'm going to let you tell your story. The only reason I have to go and look at a gym just after 11:45, but so we've got a bit over. So you go ahead. You came into through Denise. Yeah, I'm going to let you tell your amazing story. And I did already say that we're not medical doctors. We're not giving medical advice. This is just one person's story, and they have every right to share a story. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, surely we got those rights still.
Thank you, Rahana. Okay, so yes, this is just my story, and it's just how I healed myself from breast cancer. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's journey is personal, and for me, sorry, my wobbly phone. For me, I didn't want to. I didn't want to go down the mainstream path, so I decided. Well, I just intuitively, you know, because I'd always been one for for sort of bypassing mainstream medical models, and I'd always sort of, you know, in the past been to alternative therapists and homeopaths and that's people like that to correct any imbalances that I had with my health. And so I decided, okay, this is just another challenge for me to have a look at and overcome. And I knew I could do it. I was really confident that I could, because I had a lot of friends who were natural therapists, you know, natural healers, and clinical people too in the alternative world, homeopaths, chiropractors, those sort of people, and a lot of friends who we used to share a lot of alternative information over the internet years ago. So I had a collection and a catalogue of lots of articles, videos. So I was sort of, you know, I had all that information there anyway. And I thought, I'm just going to go with it, you know, and just use my intuition and go with what I feel is correct for me. So I went along to, I was doing a Reiki practitioner, and I was at a seminar helping out, and our teacher, Kevin Duff, is a microbiologist, and I've just explained to you, I've got these, I've got a you know, lesions on my breast. I said, they're kind of like skin cancer. I thought maybe it's just skin cancer. She said, get yourself to a homeopath straight away. So she put me on to a guy down the coast, George Christensen, and he sat with me for 2 hours talking. So a lot of this was like talk therapy as well. And then from there I went to, he's prescribed CBD oil to me. This is before I knew of Denise's IKEA products. I can never say that word. She'll be slapping me on the wrist.
Because she said it was a middle name, IKEA, maybe.
That sounds right. And so so it was I was just led. I just asked my higher self, asked for higher guidance, to be led to the, you know, the right people, the right sources, the right places, you know, what I needed to do to heal myself. And so it just flowed. So from there, you know, I ended up using a natural healing balm on my breasts, which cleared it up. And to start with, cleared up the spots, and because they moved, you know, it moved from my left breast to my right, and then to my armpits. So I ended up doing my armpits 6 times in all, which pulled all the cancer cells out. So I had, you know, in the end, there was no, you know, it took about a year to clear it with the natural product that I used, the plant-based product.
People can have a think about what that could be. We can't say it, obviously, but yeah.
Can't say it here. So then I just sort of put together my own protocol, really, you know, from people that I had met. I joined a cancer research and support group in Nambour in Queensland called Can Survive, and amazing, you know, they were just like people who were challenged with cancer, or who you know, had were cancer survivors. I don't really use that word, but so we used to join, you know, gather once a month, and you know, I met some interesting people, very intelligent, like-minded people, and so I gathered a lot of information from that too. So I just put together a protocol of focusing on the whole healing aspect of cancer. So not just the physical, but the emotional, the spiritual, the mental. So, you know, I did things like talk therapy, spiritual healings, lots and lots of Reiki, lots of meditation, hypnosis, CD every night before bed. I put a CD tape on with headphones, and I listened to that for 10 weeks. Plant-based diet, you know, clean water, organic food, skincare. You know, I just changed my whole lifestyle, really. And not very much exercise, but yeah, I just had this positive attitude that no, and I wasn't frightened at all. So I just went with what my intuition told me, really. And yeah,
Yeah, what
12
was that
months
you just said
later,
to me? What's that, sorry?
12 months later, I had a full thermogram
Yeah.
screening, and it showed no cancer in my body.
So you, I mean, you
Yeah.
could see it on the outside, but you actually got the thermogram obviously is internal, shows internally.
It's
She
this,
went.
yeah, it's red, it's infrared
Oh, yes.
scanning. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not there's no radiation with it. It's
No,
infrared
which
scanning.
is something apparently
Yeah,
we can do, but people don't. They don't get told that. It takes mind,
not
body, and
through the
soul to heal. You have to believe you
not
can
through
heal
the,
and will help. I was just reading someone's
yeah.
comment.
Oh, okay, yeah, yep.
But that's exactly what
So,
they're just saying exactly what you're saying there, because we go into this, we hear only the kind of the system of go in and physically get rid of it, you know, go and do all the things that they say, but actually that's incredible, I have to say, you know, that you weren't even scared.
no, no, not at all. I just it was just like a like a military operation. Okay, so I'm going to do this, then I'll do that, that. And I was
Yeah,
led from one thing to the other. So I just went with my gut instincts, really.
yeah.
And it worked out for me. Yeah.
Were you that
But
kind of person beforehand? Were you sort of into all of those things beforehand?
yes,
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
definitely. Yeah, for a long time, for probably, well, from when I started, after I was attuned to Reiki, that kind of changed my life, really.
yeah,
And I started investigating the alternative
yeah.
side of health and well-being, and that just became my way of thinking and acting, you know. So I
Mm,
avoided. I mean, I do go to a GP sometimes if I have to, you know, for like just have a blood check every now and again.
yeah.
But it became my way of life that I didn't need to go to it. And I'm into preventative medicine, so I do a lot of things that, you know, I diagnose myself. I don't go on
Like
Google,
what? Like what?
but I
What did you
do.
say? I
Sorry,
didn't hear what you said. Sorry, you said like.
I said I'm sort of like my own doctor. You know, I do my own diagnosis.
Oh, 100. I agree.
Um,
I'm very much into preventative. You know, instead of
yeah,
waiting to
me
get
too.
something, then you go, oh, trying to be preventative anyway. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I think the 5 main protocols that I used for the physical side of my healing
Mm,
was the plant-based natural salve that I used, um,
mm-hmm.
frankincense oil on my breasts morning and night, CBD oil, gumby gumby bush medicine, and homeopathy. So they were five the 5 main things. Then of course everything else, you know, the, as I was saying before, the, you know, the organic food, and, you know, the clean water,
Yeah.
which I still buy. I still buy Mount Biwa spring water.
Mm.
Not, this is 9 years later, you know. So,
So
but you
what
know, that's just my journey, you know.
what homeopathy was it? Because you know that's quite a different thing. I don't think people have heard of
He
it.
gave it to me. Homeopathy is can be taken in drops,
Oh, I know.
straight under the,
I've
you know,
used homeopathy lots. So
obviously, yeah.
totally, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
totally.
or in little he gave me little pills, but he sat
Mm.
with me for 2 hours before he worked out what I needed. Like, he went right back to my childhood, because this
Wow.
is what, you know, as we all know, you know, disease starts with the emotion, with the thought and the
Mhm.
feeling, and so he went right back, and he'd stop me, you know. Now, what happened when you were 8, you know, and I have to rack my brains. So
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of a very, very deep therapy session, and
Mm.
then prescribed the homeopathy at the end, you know. It's very, very good. Elderly gentleman, you know, but very knowledgeable, been practitioner for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's
yeah,
one in Melbourne who's really golden. What's his name? Something golden. He must be heading in his 80s.
yes,
Homeo-
yes.
Homeopath.
And I go to a Chinese herbalist in the valley, in Fortitude
Mm,
Valley in Brisbane,
mm.
just occasionally now. And yeah, Anthony's, he looks amazing. He's Chinese. Um,
Yeah.
he looks like he's about 50, but they say he's been, he said he's been practicing for 40 years in the valley. So you'd have,
Yeah.
people say he's in his 80s, and he's still going strong,
Yeah.
amazing.
It's really is a thing about taking your responsibility, isn't it, for yourself?
Taking responsibility for your own healing,
Yeah.
not transferring that responsibility to others. Like taking the lead and doing it yourself, because we're all capable of doing it. We have amazing bodies and we have amazing minds. I think the mind is really important too in all of this,
Mm,
because if whatever you think is what you end up creating, as we know now. A lot of people have always known that. But yeah, I read a book from Bruce Lipton called The Biology of Belief, and that was all about talking to the cells of your body. So I did that as well. I talked to the cells of my body every night before I went to bed, and every morning, telling the cancer cells that they could leave now.
yeah.
You've done your job. I understand that now. It's time to move
You
on,
talk,
type thing.
talk to
Not in those words, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
So how quickly did you start to see a change? See them going? That must have been incredible.
yeah, didn't see any real change other than after the full thermogram was done.
Okay. Yeah.
And then getting that confirmation that there was nothing
Mm,
more there. I didn't really notice any direct changes. I just felt good, because
mm,
I was eating clean and
mm.
and doing all the right things. So I did feel pretty good.
So you never felt
But
any lumps anywhere? You said,
no lumps,
yeah.
No, it was just just little blistery, raised up lesions on the outside of the skin, red
Which,
and blistery, and yeah. So I just treated it that way, and
yeah.
no lumps. I didn't have any lumps. It's interesting
And
enough,
this is
but it
just
was
many
diagnosed
years
as
later.
sorry. This
Hmm?
is
Oh, I was just going to say, this is
oh,
just, no, you talk. I think we have an overlap. Sorry. You go ahead. You go ahead.
oh, that's all right. No, I was just going to add that I also went to an integrative holistic
Mm.
GP. So he was a normal GP, but he'd gone into the holistic field, which a lot of GPs are doing now.
Now,
Dr.
yeah.
Eddie Osborne.
Mm.
He was at the Sunshine Coast at the time, and so I was going with him too. When I said I didn't go to any doctors. I did go to him for my for just to monitor my well-being and my bloods. So
Mm-hmm.
he used to do blood work for me, and keep me on the straight and narrow, and say, yeah, you're doing the right thing. He just guided me really. I don't know where I was going with that. I was going to mention something. Anyway, it
Um,
doesn't matter. Um,
well, so that was at
so
that time.
yeah.
At that time, yeah, I was
So
talking, like I was going to say,
that
then
was
2 years later ish, all the rubbish started happening. Obviously, there was no way you were going to go and get something in your arm.
I haven't had one since I was about 6 years old.
Yeah,
So, no, not for me.
no, and it's incredible what's
No.
happening now, unfortunately, with so many people getting
Yes,
certain
yes. And now we know that there's a protocol to fix that, which is also for the one I'm talking about, starting with an I,
Yeah, yeah.
and the other one starting with an F.
Mm.
Had I known about those products too. I would have added that into my
You would have thrown
protocol
those
as
into
well
the
at the
mix, I know.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how they
So,
kind
you know,
of,
people,
I wonder when they first came back out, you know, I'm just trying to think, because I remember way back, Paul Oosterhouse having someone in a Cafe Lockdown show who's actually eating it, the paste. But I wonder what the starting point of that, you know, realizing that's a potential. Oh, that was against
well,
that.
that was the good
other
thing.
C
That
word.
was one good thing that came out of that era, wasn't it? You know, was the fact that it's a really good protocol for the C word.
Yeah, that other C,
Yeah.
or there's two C, yeah. But I have also had some information at different times that it's not that great for young people because it's supposed to be, it could be just rubbish, affects their fertility. That could be
Yeah.
rubbish, you know, we don't know that. Can I just put this comment here? I just want to read it. Someone's asking, do we have any? Okay, so I think this was not really a good comment, so I'm not going to read it. What's the point of watching if you're not, you know, a phlebotomist or to rent work near you? He's making fun, right? Phlebotomist.
Okay.
I don't know. So we're talking about Sue, who's done an incredible thing, and the trusting and the believing in yourself must be like that would be like a 50% of it all, really, or
yeah.
And then and now I've got to do the practical things over here.
Yes.
But
yes,
changing your mindset.
Yeah. That's right, Rohana. That's exactly, you know, about 50-50. Yeah, you're right. And it's yeah, a lot of faith, you know, a lot of faith. Like I had complete, yeah, like you say, trust and faith in that I would clear this. It's interesting because I was a little bit like outside myself, you know. It's like I thought about it later and I thought, oh gee, you know, I really didn't I didn't stress about it, you know.
And you
And
dealt
I
with
didn't
it all
tell
by
anyone.
yourself. I mean, that's
And
right.
yeah. And I didn't I didn't broadcast it, you know, so I kept it to myself. The only people that knew until I was healed, and then I broke the news to everyone. But yeah, I just kept it to myself. My cousin, who's a spiritual healer, she helped me. She was living in the unit opposite me. She helped me with healing and talk therapy. And she went through a lot of things with me. And the other one was my former partner. He supported me to take me down to Nimbin to pick up the CBD oil, and then, you know, people at Can Survive in the Can Survive group at Nambour, of course, but no one else knew about it. Because I didn't want people looking on me like I was dying.
That's right. You were
because it had spread to my lymph, because it had spread to my armpits and into my lymph glands system. I thought, well, it's spread, so people are going to say, "Oh my God, get to the hospital." Or,
what are you doing? Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah, you know. So
I just want to apologize to Carrie. I didn't read that properly and see. So you actually have a sensible thing that he's talking about looking to see if there's any phlebotomist in Sydney. Let me just go back to his other comment. I'll go back to 2 seconds. Wants to move to Sydney to place a rent and work in the near future. If not working already, he's looking for an experienced phlebotomist because he wants to siphon to holistic medics to get away from the mainstream. Well, yeah, I think that's another thing that has been kind of blocked a bit. There's a guy who I can't remember his name, but he's all about the blood, and they were doing everything to stop him. But anybody who does know about that, put it forward. Now, Julie's asking how was it diagnosed? I think you said before it was
It was
George.
diagnosed through my homeopath and through my holistic GP.
When you say George Christensen, is that the guy who's a politician?
No, different George Christensen.
Same name.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a part-time politician, part-time doctor. No. I just thought maybe he moved over there.
No, different guy.
Yeah. Well, that was
So,
a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she got it diagnosed properly.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Yeah, it wasn't just guesswork, you know, it was done
Yeah.
clinically as well. Yeah.
Well, they do say to look out for blisters, don't they? That is one thing. So
I didn't know that until later. I
Mm.
thought cancer, breast cancer was just lumps. I didn't know that there was such a thing as blisters, you know, blistery lesions. Yeah.
I would assume you didn't have a biopsy because they're talking about biopsies
No,
now.
I didn't have a biopsy. No, I didn't go anywhere near. I didn't even walk through a GP's door. I didn't go to a hospital. I didn't have any tests. Nothing. No.
And it's this many years later, so it's about 7 years since you've had that.
9 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that 9 years ago? Shit, lost her. Gosh. So Julie's asking, was it ductal or?
See, I don't know because I didn't have any tests, so I don't know what type of cancer it was. I didn't go down that route of giving it names and labels and things. You know, I'm not into labels. I'm not into diseases, and you know, like giving yourself a label, giving yourself a disease. You know, because I never said it's my cancer. I didn't go down that route of owning it.
I've got probably not either. Yeah. These things.
So no, I avoided all of that mainstream medical model terminology. So,
well,
not
amazing.
that I'm not criticizing that, because you know a lot of people are healed going down the mainstream medical way. It's just that it wasn't for me, you know.
Yeah, but also, I mean, often it's because people can't see it, I suppose. You know, they say you've got cancer in blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But you were allowed to you were able to see yours and tell it to go away and do all the things, saying that, you know, not interested in having you here. Thanks. Time's up.
Yes. Yeah, time's up. That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And my body responded, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing, that our bodies, our cells are so intelligent, you know. And that's in the book, Bruce Lipton's book. That's what he talks about. He was at the time when he wrote that book, I think he was a doctor, but he's a medical doctor, and he used to lecture in, I think, Hawaii, in the university in Hawaii, in the medical school in Hawaii. So he did a lot of experimentation, you know, research, and that's how he found out about the cells, how intelligent every cell in our body is, you know, and how they respond to thought and to messages.
Well, that is a bit what Julie talks about with the German doctor, German medicine thing. It's she's all about the same, healing yourself as well. But I think you're incredibly brave, but also it makes sense. It makes so much sense because, you know, we are made up of cells. We're made up of all these things. We're not just a frame. Inside is all the things that make us human.
Yeah.
And are you still using some of the protocols? Do you keep anything as what do you call it? An ongoing prevention?
I watch it. I'm not strict anymore. I still have a range of supplements I take every day. I still drink clean water. I don't drink tap water, except if I have to
Yeah.
go out for coffee somewhere. I know I'm going to get fluoride water in my coffee, but
Yeah.
and organic food as much as I can. And of course, I still meditate and do practice Reiki daily. But I'm not, I still eat meat. I still eat chicken. I have red meat
Well,
occasionally.
it's supposed to be good, all that. But actually,
know,
let's just go to Reiki, because I don't really know much about Reiki, but you've always been a Reiki, would you call a practitioner, or that's what you are?
Practitioner, yeah. I did my Reiki training in 1994. So that's quite 32 years or something now. Yeah. And it was just like, it blew me away, I've had so many miracles with Reiki and heard so many miracle stories. So it's my thing, like other people the gym might be their thing, or playing tennis, or, but for me, it's, yoga teacher or meditation. But for me, it's Reiki is my passion. In the alternative field anyway.
Currently you're a healer. You're a Reiki healer now.
I don't call myself a healer because Reiki practitioners and any vibrational like frequency healing techniques that people do, it's actually the person themselves that does the healing. You're just supplying the energy for them, and the body takes the life force and the energy, and then the body does the work. The person's body does the healing.
That's really good. Absolutely, I get that.
So you're call myself a healer, even though it's a term,
Yeah,
term everyone uses. But
someone comes to you with a thing. So because Julie's also about timelines and things like that, she's asking, and this could be quite personal to share. She's saying, is there any unpleasant event in the prior years prior to you seeing those blisters?
Yes, lots of stress, compounded stress, over a few years leading up to that, definitely, yeah. And I think that's, that contributed greatly. And I wasn't looking after myself. I was working, working full time and working in mental health. I worked with people with schizophrenia, so that was a difficult job. And I did that for 10 years. I was a hairdresser before that. And that, coming home and running a house and, mowing the lawn at 7 o'clock at night.
You're a single mum?
That's not stressful, but what I mean, I wasn't looking after myself. I wasn't eating properly. I was eating, I was having a proper meal, cooking for myself, but I wasn't conscious of organic food as much, and I wasn't conscious of supplements as much, and I was drinking and I was smoking, and so.
Were you a single mum for a while?
Yeah, I was single. Yeah. I had an adult son at the time, but I had a lot of stress, and I used to, and my way of coping was to have a glass of wine or two on the weekend and a few cigarettes, and I don't smoke now, of course, but yeah. So it is our lifestyle, I think, that contributes to these things presenting
stress
themselves.
Is a really
in our
hard
body.
one, because who hasn't been through stress, I guess, at some point.
That's true, isn't it?
And you can't, when you're in it. Hi there, Denise. It's very hard to stop it, because it's probably an argument or a situation or something. You can't just go, oh, no, I'm not going to be stressed. You can't really just, if
you can't do that. No.
But you have to be able to release it, I suppose. You have to be able to offload it.
I think that's right, because I always had a washing machine stomach. I was always churned up for years, up all the time, with various things that were happening in my life, and I think that I really do think that contributed a lot. to it.
Wow. Yep. So you're actually
Yeah.
walking around with it in you, all the not feeling
Yeah. And I think I remember having those little spots on my breast prior to when I decided to do something about it in 2017. You know, a few years prior to that, I remember, you know, they'd come on my breast and then they'd go, and I went, oh, that's just something. I didn't put it down to anything, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was probably brewing for a long time, you know, that cancer.
Do you think that was the stress and you got rid of it? Do you feel less like?
Oh, yes, yes. Less stress generally anyway, because you know, I retired from work, and that made a big difference to, you know, to how
So
I
were you
feel
doing
now.
support work with schizophrenia?
Support work, yeah, as a lifestyle support worker, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I met Denise, actually. Denise Park.
Yeah.
Denise and I worked together. Yeah.
Just pooped on whole hemp oil. Just pooped. Does she mean whole hemp oil works on the central nervous system, helps stress big time? Yes. So that's
Hello,
right.
Nisi.
What does she mean? She's
Yes.
just pooped. I think she's got that wrong.
Oh, she's misspelled it.
Popped.
A typo.
Absolutely. Yes. Of course. Popped on. That's one of the protocol. That's one of the things we used hemp flower, and that's how Denise we get told me about you, because I wanted her to come on. And yeah, I think like probably majority of people still have stress at different things. Like, you know, I'm trying not to get stressed about what I'm doing with this film that I'm trying to make. I am making, because I think no, it's pointless. I have to keep saying no. If it's meant to be, it will just turn up. You know, things will come into place as other things have in my life, and you know, like being on your own, I think, can be less stressful. You know, having a period of time. Who was I talking about this? Maybe I was talking on here. Just actually giving space time, allowing just to do nothing, or just being able to think everything for yourself, really can push stress away. You know, often when you're in a relationship, and I was in a relationship that was stressful for many reasons, obviously, but it's something I recommend if everyone, just even if you have to take time for yourself in your weeks and go, okay, I'm having this day off from everything.
Yes. It is, I must admit, for me, it was easier not to have a partner when I was going through that healing process, because I just focused totally on myself. You know?
And don't even have to have their worry around if you had
their
another
worry
person.
About it.
Yeah.
And their energy and their vibration around you, you know, because you feel that, don't you? You know?
Oh, absolutely. It sounds like what you were doing was just focusing on you and being what people might. It's not selfish. In that situation, you had to do that. Yeah.
Oh, it was a matter of life or death. So I just like, okay, I'm doing this, you know. Yeah.
Did you think at the time maybe you had you were going to give yourself a time limit? And if you didn't see any, or you weren't even thinking that?
No, didn't think like that. No, I didn't. I didn't think about the time factor. I just kept going, you know, and until I had a scan done to confirm, and then I went, then I could let relax a little bit and not be so.
And it was literally a year.
It was literally then that I just decided, oh well, good, you know, it's done now.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't go back to bad habits. I continued looking after myself, you know.
Yeah. I think what everyone should try and do, just get rid of those sorts of things, alcohol and all that. I mean, yeah, I have a glass of wine sometimes, but when I do have it a few days in a row and things like that, I go, you don't need this. What are you doing?
No.
It's so much nicer to have a clear head.
Yes.
And I'm not
Yeah.
saying I only drink one glass when I have it, but you just closer to connection with anything spiritual when you don't need that stuff.
Yeah. That's exactly right. I just stick to the I have a glass of wine occasionally too. But I just wanted to say too, now that Denise is on the line too, is that I take Denise's CBD oil like constantly on a regular basis. I order my CBD, my whole hemp CDB oil from Denise.
And that's hemp flower.
Website. Yeah. So I just want to give her a plug for that, because it's a really quality product, and it's an Australian sourced product.
I've got her. If people go to the little blurb with this, all her details are there, because Denise is a supporter.
Good.
And hempflower.com.au anyway, but she's up in Townsville, isn't she? Yeah, and you're in Brisbane. I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say.
Something about wine. You're saying when you have a glass of wine.
No. It was about you. Obviously. about your Reiki. How do people find you and what you're doing in Brisbane?
I don't see. I don't advertise myself, because it's just one of those things I haven't got around to doing. I thought, I really should look for a space where I live, and and advertise, and but I haven't done any of that. We just do it. We've got I'm in 2 Reiki groups, and we're Reiki practitioners. So we actually just get together and we host in each other's homes, and we do that once a fortnight. And that gives us an opportunity as practitioners to actually get a treatment ourselves, because we're always, thinking of other people. And because most of us are advanced Reiki practitioners, so we do Reiki distantly. So I do I do a more when you say, like, do I practice Reiki? I do more distance Reiki for situations and people who are not well in the family, world service, for things that are going on in the world, that type of, or situations that people are struggling in, that type of thing. So we do that. But no, I haven't got to the. I haven't sort of. It's in the back of my mind to do something eventually, but.
Well, if you're in Brisbane, and you can always contact me, and I can put them on to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because
that's great.
Muscle testing, isn't it? Is that Reiki? No, it's a hands thing.
It's hands-on, hands-on energy transfer.
So Denise is talking.
Comes through the crown of the crown chakra, through and out through into your hands, and then that's transferred into the person's body. Yeah.
She says you've also got some stunning fans. Well, we're all her stunning fans.
Denise is always she's always promoting my feather fan creations. I've got some on the wall at the back there. You probably can't see them, but I've got some up on the wall there. Yeah. Oh, that's just my little hobby.
Yeah. But, that's a lovely thing to do. Fans are like up there, especially. You're going to need it. It's very muggy in Melbourne today. I think your story is what you've said. I don't think there's anything more you can say. You've just 100% gone and trusted and believed in yourself, and there you are. You're a healthy looking human. And it's
there's a little
so
bit too much weight on, but I've got to get back to losing some weight. I've put on a bit of weight since the lockdown, you know, and I haven't got back into, you know, into my activity.
Were you up
like
there
I used to.
at that time?
Sorry?
You were probably up there in that time.
Yeah, yes, yeah. I live on Bribie Island, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
Well, look, I have one day we'll have to come up to Queensland and visit people. I've got a feeling that it will be when I've made this
do
film.
that. Please do.
Yeah, it won't take very long to make it. And then, you know, then I'll perhaps be on the road with it. Who knows?
Great. Oh, that's
Really don't know.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Rahana, that's wonderful. Yeah, well,
I'm just saying
you'll
that.
have to have a gathering. We'll all come along and
Yeah,
see
I'm
you
just saying that I'm
talk.
putting it into the, you know, into the universe to happen because, you know, some people would say, oh, you're completely mad to be doing anything at this point in time when the world's so precarious. But it's like the world is precarious, but all the humans are struggling. So to see something which might give them hope, I think is a really good thing. So I will continue.
Absolutely. This is exactly what the world needs, people like you.
Oh, not me, but it's the piece, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about was marooned with the
The
Michael.
movie, yes.
But even then, even with the earthwormwoman thing, I'd love to do that. But you know, everything takes a bit of planning and time. Absolutely, we'll have a great time, Denise. I know we'll have to. I think it's a bit.
You'll have a great time with Denise. You can't help but have a great time with Denise.
Bit of distance.
Sorry,
is that right? Between Brisbane and Townsville, is there a bit of?
Yes. Denise will probably tell you. I think it's over 1,000 kilometres.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, this is a year of fire horses, so everybody's going to be running very fast anyway and doing a good thing. So I'm going to say thank you because I've got to go and see this gym now, potentially a location to film Marooned in. That's what I was saying at the beginning.
That's what it's for, right?
Yeah, no, I'm looking for a space, and what I was thinking was, I just had a thought, hey, if I could find a gym that doesn't have, and the idea came because I actually saw one, it doesn't have all this equipment in it necessarily, it's just a bit of a room without windows. That's where the film is set it's the waiting room in a waiting room in the afterlife, and it's only 4 characters in the whole film. But if not, gyms might want to come on board as potential sponsors because mental health, exercise, you know, all of those reasons. So I'm going to go see this guy. I'm trying to get a hold of this man called Josh, whose brother took his own life at 15. And I've tried to get a hold of his mum as well because, Judy Taylor who told me to do this. But yeah, anyway, this guy Josh's brother owns a gym, so I could be onto a track here. Could be onto it. Yeah. I'm going to try every avenue. I went to see them at a place which would have been perfect the other day. Which was underneath a library. Someone said, why don't you try underneath libraries? They have car parks. And I waited for this woman said, come at 4:00 on Friday. And I went down there and I just thought, yes, we could film it here. And she said, well, how long do you think you'd need? I said, well, maybe 4 days, 5 days. Oh, no, we couldn't do that because we'd have to give you an idea of when cars would be. There was hardly anything under there. There was one truck. And I thought, wow.
Yeah.
Have a little thought about what you're saying there.
They're not the right person to deal with.
No. So that was council as well. But I will let you go and thank you so much, Sue.
Thank you, Rahana. That was lovely. Thank you for inviting me on.
If they want to speak to Sue at all, just let me know.
You've got my number, so they'll have to text me first because I don't pick up on no caller IDs, you know, obviously.
Yeah. Maddalena, I didn't know that. 2 weeks ago. I need to talk to her on the way. Please let it not be the woman whose daughter. Maddalena has a friend who I met whose daughter was 16 and took her own life. It was her only child.
Oh,
Please let not be.
so tragic.
Anyway, this is, unfortunately, it's everywhere. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll let you go. And anyone wants to talk to Sue, please let me know. And hi, everyone. And thank you all for watching again. I'll be back. I'm going to be doing some small things in the week, but I'll talk about that soon. So thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I am not just a product made to satisfy the pocket, nor do I require the same fame others seek. I desire your heart, the passions that make you a woman, any woman, every woman. My scents are a representation of purpose, courage, confidence, each botanical ingredient a praise of thanksgiving and self-care. The way I feel upon your flesh, a comfort of nourishment, as I feed dehydrated and depleted layers of skin, bursting for a new life of regrowth and youthfulness. If I stir your soul with each application, let it be known that you, too, are an intimate duet woman.